Are ghosts real?
Here we are, Pontefract Castle. Hello and welcome to another episode of Are Ghosts Real with me, Corinne. So I am in a random car park, but there is methods to my madness. I'm actually in Pontefract. Now Pontefract is a place where Richard III came. And we actually have a letter that he wrote to his mother from Pontefract Castle, stating about Francis Lovell replacing, I think it was William, I can't remember his second name, but anyway, he asked for William basically to be replaced by Francis Lovell, his own Chamberlain. But also as well, he did that after the death of his son. So, you know, the wording is interesting because the wording is formal, but there's definitely an undertone there, which, you know, there would be, right? Like, he just lost his son. So I think it wasn't actually writing about that. I mean, it was writing about that, obviously, but I think he was also reaching out to his mum, which makes sense to me. Like, I would do it. The only thing is, it said it wasn't going to rain on the forecast. It said it was going to rain, but later on. And guess what? Look, it's raining. I'm like, well, that's fantastic. But I would try it just to see, and then rain. But I'm gonna give it a go. Hopefully it won't absolutely be teaming it down, but hopefully I can give it a go. This is not a waterproof camera, so if I have to stop, then I have to stop. Also, annoyingly, didn't bring an umbrella with me, which was also really stupid because totally should have done that. This is England. It's been raining the whole time. So, and why is my face suddenly really white? I don't know. Anyway, I look like a ghost. Maybe I'm a ghost. Woo. And don't forget to like and subscribe for me and leave me a comment. If you don't know what to put, just put a little ghost emoji because they're really cute. Oh, and this is my new car. And I've got some rosary beads here, not because I'm religious, but because I take them with me, obviously, because Richard was religious. So they are a trigger object. I also have a bow in my back seat. Yeah, this is my brand new car. It's got a little white thing there, and I love it. Anyway, let me just shut up and let's just get into this. It actually used to be an Anglo-Saxon church, and you can just see the outline of it here. That's really cool. So it was from 700 AD, and it just basically it looked like that. So you can kind of see. That would have been like the little bit there, and then that would have been the thing, the chapel. That's so cool. And it was here in 947 AD. King Edred accepted the allegiance of the Northumberland Archbishop Wolfston of York. And it was also potentially been a base for his campaign against the Viking Eric Bloodaxe in 948 AD. That's amazing. The castle here. I mean, there's not much left of the castle, in all honesty, but which one of Henry VIII's wives lost her head because of what she did at Pontefract Castle? Let me know in the comments. One of England's largest castles. And he was one of the guys who forced King John to accept the Magna Carta in 1199. Or whenever it was. It wasn't actually 1199. It was another time. But anyway, the castle itself was built in 1070 by William the Conqueror's most loyal knights, Ilbert de Lacy. And it was a wooden motte and bailey castle, and then was added to and converted to stone and became one of England's largest castles. And the name Pontefract means broken bridge in Latin, but the bridge has obviously gone. So I'm here, ta-da, where that dude is running, or woman is running, should I say. I'm there. And then this was the keep. So that was the keep. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my way, I think, to the keep first. Oh, actually, I might go to the royal apartments first, because why not? So the history of Pontefract Castle. Now, this castle sits on a hill that was once home to an Anglo-Saxon burial ground and an Anglo-Saxon manor. The first recorded historical record of the castle appeared in 1070, shortly after the Norman conquest, and the castle was built for Ilbert de Lacy, who had fought with William the Conqueror at the Battle of Hastings, and then was given basically the honour of Pontefract as a reward for his valour in battle. So de Lacy's original fortress was just made out of wood and built to basically inspire fear to the native Anglo-Saxon population, who obviously were not enamoured by their new Norman rulers. But over several courses of several centuries, the wooden fortress then was replaced entirely with stone. By the 13th century, Pontefract had transformed, and it was now the most formidable stronghold. In fact, the castle was so impressive that when Oliver Cromwell attacked in 1649, he himself called it one of the strongest inland garrisons in the kingdom, because its robust defences and its position on the rocky outcrop made it pretty much almost impenetrable. While the strategic inland location meant the castle played a crucial role in politics and the power and balance of the north of England. So it actually became very special in that respect and was known as the key to the north. Because it was one of the most important strategic points. It had the North Road and the route west over the River Aire and the Pennines, and it was nicknamed that, of course, the key to the north. Also, as well, it then also became the home of the deposed Richard II, and he was imprisoned here and then died in the castle in 1400, supposedly of starvation. And then during the Civil English War that broke out in 1642, the castle was a strategic royalist stronghold and was the site of the longest siege of any place during the Civil War. And the war finally ended and the castle was handed over to the parliamentarians. Oliver Cromwell was enthusiastic about ensuring its destruction. He turned to the townspeople of Pontefract and encouraged them to petition Parliament to sanction its demolition. So the people were tired of the armies actually pillaging the town en route to the fortress. So they actually did help him, and on the 27th of March 1649, Parliament then gave orders for Pontefract Castle that should be totally demolished and levelled to the ground, which is a really sad thing. I mean, that breaks my heart to hear that. But we still have a few parts left. We still have the curtain wall, the inner wall, and the keep a little bit of the keep there that you can see in the video. Also as well, below ground, which I didn't get a chance to go into, but the 11th century cellars and the dungeons are still all intact, because they actually were kept intact because licorice then became a part of the town in 1614, and it produced small licorice sweets which were known as Pontefract cakes or Yorkshire pennines, often stamped with a picture of the castle, and grew in popularity all into the Victorian period in the 19th century, and still is a huge influence today even on the town, where they do hold an annual licorice festival. So every time now you pick up some licorice, think of Pontefract. Think of the fact that, you know, this is where the home, well, not the home of licorice, but this is where licorice then became really, really popular. So there we go. There we go. Anyway, there is another story which I found out about actually while at the castle. So there's a great story which is a bit like the Trojan war horse story in the Iliad, that actually happened at Pontefract Castle during the Civil War. So when Royalist Colonel John Morris discovered that there were parliamentarian troops in town looking for new beds, he ordered his men to disguise themselves as country gentlemen and then take their own beds to the castle. They marched these, I'm going to put inverted commas here, Trojan beds to the castle, which was taken over by the parliamentarian force, and tricked the guards into thinking that they were their own men. So they were parliamentarians who were returning to the castle after buying these beds. Once inside, they withdrew their concealed pistols and then took control of the castle. The parliamentarian garrison then was overcome, and they were imprisoned in the dungeon, where you can see their initials actually carved into the stone in the dungeon. Obviously, I couldn't get in there, but it was so interesting to find that out, because they took a leaf out of Troy and that big horse. So be careful next time you buy bedding. Anyway, I'll leave it there and let's get on with the video. So let's go this way. There's got the people who are here, or their coat of arms there. You can see a coat of arms actually there, but obviously the coat of arms is long gone, but you can kind of see a little bit on there, which is very cool. This is the chapel. This is the little St. Elizabeth's chapel. Whoops. So this is where they'd all come and pray in the castle. There's the keep there. I might just very quickly do something here in the chapel, because you never know. I mean, the chapel is one of those places, right? So I might just get a cat ball out. I might just get 2 cat balls out. I'll put them near where I think the altar would be, which I think would be around here, potentially. I'll put one down here. Oh, shoot. Don't swear. There we go. Brought a gratitude prayer, or some kind of prayer. Careful. I'm just going to do a spirit box session, I think, first. So there is one cat ball. And here is another cat ball. Okay, so I've got my little cat balls on the stands there. And I'm just going to put in EVP down. Now we are outside, there is a lot of background noise, so this is going to be hard, but I'll give it a go. So EVP session, Pontefract Castle. If there's any spirits here, my name is Corinne. That is my Latin name. And I've got a little device over there with a little red light on it. Will not harm you or hurt you. And I just wanted to see if there's any spirits here. If you'd like to say hello, you're very welcome to do so. You can tell me your story. You can tell me your story. Is there any royalty here, Your Grace? Let me pray alongside you. Let me see if I can find the prayer now. So, O Due, curious natura et propria me semper, misericordiam habere et cinere, sepe humils, prises nostras, et convis licati, et vinstissimus, catiana pectorum, nostra misericordia, tue manias nos solvat, miseri animal serve tui, Corinne et Ricardi. For that was Richard's prayer, so I'm just taking credit for that. Is His Grace here? Is he in Pontefract? Or does he visit Pontefract? Okay. Right. I don't really feel anything is happening really in this chapel. Obviously, I don't know, I might have something, but I don't really feel anything. So, I'm gonna go to another location within here, I think. Seagulls. No flapping pigeons though. That's my name for Henry Tudor. It's flapping pigeons. This, I'm not really sure what this is. That's a fireplace, I think. I don't know. This would have been, I don't know. There was actually no idea as to what this would have been, but it would have been part of the curtain wall anyway, I reckon. Right, well, let's continue. That church is amazing. Half of it is in ruins as well. But yeah, so you can kind of see more of the layout now. So Pontefract Castle was one of the most important castles in England when Edward I in 1239 to 1307 proclaimed, "He who holds Pontefract holds the key to the north." The castle's importance continued to grow, especially under the ownership of John of Gaunt, the richest man in England. John of Gaunt had another floor added to the top keep. All 3 floors then were high. So there's actually 3 floors to that keep up there. So that would have been really high. Wow. That would have been really impressive to see that. And that actually was the gatehouse. Because if you look at that, that's that bit there. So that actually would have been the gatehouse. Wow. I mean, yeah, you can see the rolling hills of Yorkshire. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. So I'm guessing this would be the royal apartments. I think, would it? Oh. Well, would you look at that? Someone's getting some. It was here that Thomas of Lancaster was condemned to death by his cousin in 1322. He was drawn and quartered. No, he spared from being drawn and quartered. Thomas then was beheaded for treason outside the walls of his own castle. He was then made locally as a saint, and apparently miracles began to happen on the site of the execution and a reputed tomb in Pontefract Priory. It is said that one man's eyesight was restored, as was the life of a child who had died 3 days before. Henry VIII. He apparently, when his back was turned during a royal tour of provinces in 1541, his wife, Catherine Howard, and her lover, Sir Thomas Culpeper, Henry's close friend, began a passionate affair in the royal apartments above the Great Hall. So this would have been the royal apartments right here. A letter written by Catherine to Culpeper was soon after found, and the pair were executed for trial. So I'm guessing that's supposed to be them, Catherine Howard and Sir Thomas Culpeper, and then that's the other dude being told he was going to be beheaded. Let's see, is Catherine Howard here? Why not? Let's see. I'm just gonna do a quick spirit box session then. See if she is here. Right. Have to try and do this without my gloves. It's so cold. Is Catherine Howard here? Or is Thomas Culpeper here? I'm sorry what happened to you both. I'm sorry what happened to you, Catherine Howard. I believe in love. And I feel that love is a sacred thing. Or is there any other royalty here? Okay, my hands are falling off again. I have to just keep doing this because put my gloves back on because it is absolutely freezing. Let's go this way. The dungeons would be near the keep, I reckon. Would have thought. This is cool. This, I'm guessing, is the kitchen. Don't know why I think of that. Maybe I'm wrong. It is the kitchen. There we go. I'm pretty impressed with myself that I knew that was the kitchen just by literally just looking at the room. To be fair, the fireplace gave it away. Is there anyone here who has any mead? I'd love some mead. I'm obsessed with mead. So is there anyone here? I'm gonna just put this in. Oops. I'm just gonna record. So Pontefract Castle, number 2 in the kitchen. So I've got a little device. Actually, I'm gonna put it. I'm trying to figure out whether. I'm actually going to put it over here because I think this might be a good idea to put it sort of here so it's a little bit out the way. There we go. So I've got a little device over there with a red light. You can use that device to talk to me if you would like. You don't have to. But my name is Corinne. I am a weary traveller. What was life like for you? Are you still making dishes? Does anyone have any meat? Am I in your way? I'm sorry if I'm in your way. Just wanted to put that there. These little things, by the way, won't hurt you either. They just flash little lights like that, which basically tell me that you're here, and that you want to talk, and that's about it really. But they don't hurt you or anything. Again, I'm not really feeling anything. I just feel really nice and peaceful and calm, and also kind of like, oh, cold. But not cold because of paranormal cold. Cold because it genuinely is freezing. And I think my lips are now purple. Is there anyone here in the kitchens with me? Oh, I think it just said yes. I think it just said get out. Am I in your way? I'm really sorry if I'm in your way. Do you want me to help? Can I help with anything? It says please go. Okay, I'll go. I know you're probably busy doing what it is that you're doing, and I'm here just, being annoying. So I completely understand that. I will leave. I do not mean to disrespect you or harm you or be in your way. You know what? I'm having a deja vu moment. I don't know why, but I'm having a massive deja vu moment from Middleham, actually. Middleham Castle. Because I've been to Middleham Castle as well. Right, so I decided to put this into 2 parts. So part 2 will be coming next week, where I explore the keep, and I also go back to the royal apartments. And the keep is quite funny because I find the garderobe. That's quite fun. So please stick around for that one. But apologies about the wind, especially at the end there. I tried to edit out the wind as much as possible, but it is the north of England and the wind was going. I do have a microphone now that I can put on. Annoyingly though, it's not compatible with my camera, so I'm gonna have to think of a plan B. But I hope that it didn't impede too much, and I wonder if you did hear some of the things that I potentially heard. I haven't really pointed them out, but I mean, well, I have, but I wonder if you've heard some of it. Anyway, please put anything in the comments, because comments do help me out and help out your algorithm. If you don't know what to put in the comment section, just put a little ghost emoji. And also as well, please let me know if you did enjoy this one and give it a like for me, because that also really helps. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, then please do subscribe. Again, it's free to do so. But thank you so much for tuning into our Ghosts Real with me, Corinne, and I'll see you next time. Take care for now.